Man, it stinks just working for somebody else trying to make their dreams happen while you're having to put your dreams on the side. Are you tired of working a 9 to 5 or even later and wishing you had time to do ministry or do something else on the side that you really have a passion for or a dream for? I think the best way to do that is to become an entrepreneur, start your own business. But how do you do it? What steps do you take? So many people have overcomplicated what it takes to start a business. Well, friends, if that's you, if you've seen that before, if you've been doing searches looking for how to start one, then I'm so glad you clicked on this video today because we're going to give you 5 simple steps to help you jump into entrepreneurship this week. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, first off, friends, I want to give you a little bit of advice here. Number one, we're not going into any complicated business structures here. We're not talking corporations or LLCs or any of that. We're talking about the simplest form of business, which is a sole proprietorship. What is a sole proprietorship, friends? But what it means legally is that you take responsibility and are held liable for the actions that your business takes and the money that your business brings in. And while that may sound scary to you, don't fear, friends, because the truth is that over 75% of the businesses here in the States are sole proprietorship businesses. And in fact, they represent over $350 billion in profit here in the States. So don't let that scare you about taking liability or responsibility for your business. Just make sure you're doing honest work. As we jump into step number one, we're going to keep it simple. First off, you have to decide what kind of business you want to start. And to do so, you need to know what you're good at. What are you proficient at? What do you have a passion for? And what can bring profit in? If once you can marry those 3 things, if you can find that center hub right there, then you can run a business. You can start a business. That's the most simple way to jump in. What is it that you're good at? What is it that you have on your heart to do? And what can make money for you? Along with this business concept, you need to make sure that you have a business plan. But we're not talking about a big, long, drawn out business plan, as many will tell you to go in and do. What I'm saying is you need to make sure that you know how much money you're going to bring in for whatever service you're going to give, and make sure that you are pricing yourself properly. Little tip for you, there's going to be a video on that, so make sure you subscribe to our channel for whenever we release that one. But again, we're talking about a very simple business plan, a one sheet kind of business plan, you might say, not a big, large document that you're going to take to the Small Business Association and try to get a loan or anything like that. We're not looking for investors yet. We're talking about starting a simple, small business. Step 2, you may have already thought about this one. What are you going to name your business? What are you going to call it? How do you know that it's a safe name for you to choose? Well, friends, what I normally have done is I go on the web, I find a domain registry first because I want to make sure I can own the domain for whatever name I'm going to choose. And I'll go through and try to pick out whatever that name may be. I'll test it on GoDaddy or Google Domains or something of that nature. And then you also need to make sure that you check with your state. Your state has a Secretary of State's office, which they can run a check on any name that you have in mind. They can find out if it's already been in use. You can also check out the U.S. Trade and Patent Association and do a search for legal names there to make sure that no one else in the country has your name already. And once you've chosen your name, then you fill out a form called a doing business as form. You can get this most likely from your city or your local county. It's a simple form. They may charge you a nominal fee, $10, $18, somewhere around there. And all you do is you're signing saying that you're going to start doing business in whatever your business name is. And then they file it. And that means that name is now yours. It will be filed with the Secretary of State so that you don't have to worry about somebody else starting a business in your name. Step number 3, obtain all the necessary permits and licenses. I can't tell you what to do on this part. What you need to do is make sure you check with your city, your county, and your state. Find out if you need a business license. Then you need to make sure you get it registered with your city and your county. You know where you live. I can't tell you what to do on that. You need to go to find your city office or your county office and fill out that paperwork. Along with that, you need to make sure that you track all your taxes. Yes, friends, you're going to have taxes to pay in your small business. And that brings us to step number 4. Set up a bank account. Trust me on this. Don't be putting your business money in with your personal banking. You will mess up. You want a place that you can put your money in that comes in from the business, set it up in the name of whatever your business is going to be, And then you start funneling your business funds into that account. And then when you want to spend money on your business, you either take money from your personal account and put it into your business account, or once your business is making money, you rotate that money in and through your bank account to pay for things in your business. Eventually, you may even want to set up more than one account. But again, right now, we're talking one simple account. We're trying to do this as simply and as quickly as possible, and to put you on the road to being self-sustaining in business. And then one of the most important things, I've already mentioned it prior, you need to make sure that you understand your tax liabilities. When you set up a sole proprietorship, you are responsible for the taxes. You will file them on a tax form. You will report them to the IRS and to the state. And so you need to make sure that you're also keeping back some money, usually around 30% or so, throughout the year, so that you can pay those taxes. You will also be paying income taxes and self-employment taxes, but you may want to seek a CPA's help on that once you start bringing money in. And then when you're tracking money, you need to make sure that you're keeping up with all receipts, tracking everything that comes into your business, everything that goes out of your business. If you buy something, track it. If you build something, track it. If you pay for something, track it. If some kind of invoice comes in, you hold on to that invoice. And then, friends, we have one bonus tip for you. Once you're making money, once things are rolling pretty good, that's when you might want to look into starting a corporation. You might want to look into an LLC or an S Corp or something of that nature. I'm not going to go into that here, but that would be my advice to you. So then you set that business up as a separate entity. That's what setting up a corporation is. It makes it separate from you, where then the business is a separate entity and it becomes responsible and liable for anything that you do in it. But again, as business people and as Christian entrepreneurs, we want to make sure that we are doing things God's way, building God's kingdom, and being honest and ethical in all of our work, right? We want to do it all for the glory of Him. So again, if you have any other questions, if you have something you want me to do a video on, then leave it in the comments for me. Let me know what you need to know, and we will be sure to help you along the way as we all try to become kingdom builders, running our businesses for the purpose of funding our ministries. That's our goal here at Purpose Built. We are so thankful that you joined along today. And with that, we'll see you on the next video.